Hey guys, I'm back again. I remembered something Scott Waters mentioned to me about showing concert programs. I'd mentioned that I had one of somebody, I don't remember who it was, and he said, "Oh, you should do a video about it." Well, I dug out what I had and realized I don't have a boatload. And they're all pretty much for the 80s, except for one that I got the last decade. I kind of stopped getting them after a while. Kind of more important for me to have money to buy that stuff as opposed to the programs, so I kind of stopped. But initially, when I really started going to concerts on a regular basis, starting around 82, then at that point I started getting other stuff from the shows, at least for a little while anyway. Well, I'll show you what I got, and then I got something at the end that I think you might dig, and you guys might dig too. Anyway, I'll start with this one. Rush Signals Tour. Saw them in '83, and the opening group was John Butcher Axis, which I believe they were on the first album at that point, and they're also really good. And there's a bunch of stuff Neil wrote, which he did in most of the programs back then. He'd take like notes about what was going on, tell a story. Here's a crossword that, of course, I did it all the way through, and I didn't copy. There's the answers in there too. There's Neil and Getty and Alex, and they had a description of what they played underneath instrument-wise. Some more live shots. Some silhouette shots. Another silhouette and another live shot from far away. Neil's drum kit on a raft in the middle of nowhere. All the helper sound guys and the crew and all that stuff. There's the answers, which I didn't copy, and then there's all the albums up until that point, and Hydrant on the back. So there's that one. So I got that one when I saw them in '83. Another band I saw in '83 was Triumph on the Never Surrender tour. And on this one, Foghat actually opened up. So I did get to see Foghat. I've seen Foghat twice, but I did get to see Foghat with Lonesome Dave still alive. So that was very cool, because I love Lonesome Dave. So that's the cover. Pictures in there. Again, shots, big concert shot, more live pictures, Gil Moore, Mike Levine, buy my shirts, albums, American albums actually, and sneakers, and a picture on the back. That's that one. Next one is a Journey program. We saw them in '83 in a big soccer stadium back home in Rochester called Hollander, that was torn down several years later. This was on the Frontiers tour, and Bryan Adams opened up. So I got to see Bryan Adams before he went all schmaltzy. Yeah. You know, these pictures with the heat image kind of pictures working. And there's one heat and one not heat. There. And there's Steve Smith with hair. He's bald now. More live pics. There's Neil. Big live shot. Another big live shot. This program was pretty cool. There's a lot of pictures in this one. So they did a really nice job on that. Jonathan Cain. And Ross and Jonathan Kane. There's a Walkman. Steve Perry with Buds in. Ross and Neil. Here's two big Neil pics. One with the 80 hair and the one with the chopped hair. Two Steve pics. It's the video game. Woohoo! Worst graphics ever. And Goodbye Shot and all the Steve albums. Obviously, for some reason, they didn't show the other three. Well, I believe my other program shows all of them too. I'll get to that one. I'm kind of going in order by year. Okay, so this one is from the 83-84 Genesis Mama Tour. Saw them. I don't remember who opened on this one. I might have the ticket stub somewhere. I'll have to go check. I'm kind of curious now because I remember most of the opening acts. So I'll have to check that one. But here's some live pictures there. Shots from the Illegal Alien video. Some more shots from the Illegal Alien video. Apparently that was the one they were doing at that time. There's a couple, Peter and Phil. Rutherford and Daryl Sturmer, their live guitar player at that point. Went on to play with Phil solo. Chester Thompson, amazing drummer, played with a lot of jazz people. There's the three of them. Big concert shot. Concert pictures, and then the goofy ones start. They have Genesis playing sports. One for each guy. That's for the drummer, Chester Thompson. Mike Rutherford playing football, and you notice how none of them have face masks on, so it must be 1940 something. Of course, the English don't know any better anyway. They probably think that they don't have face masks, since that's not football to them. Tony Banks playing tennis. Daryl Sturmer hitting the old baseball. And of course, Collins playing football. Anyway, more pics of the sports things. They're kind of goofy, but they're fun. More the background, behind the scenes guys. Behind the stage pictures. Here's the albums up to that point. See, they have the reissue thingy for the first album. And then over here, we've got up to 3 sides live, and then the Genesis album, and then they have the solo albums at that point. And see, Phil only had 2 at that point, Rutherford had 2, and Tony Banks had 3. Of which I only have, I think, that one. And there's the back. Okay, next is a quick one. Probably the lamest one I have as far as pictures and stuff inside. But I saw the Moody Blues in '84 with an orchestra, which was kind of cool. So, that's the cover. Inside, little big whoop. Little tiny concert picture. Stage poser picture. Jonathan Hayward. Justin Hayward. Duh. Never mind. See, there's not a lot of live pictures in this one. This kind of sucks. There's a little one. And what's his name again? John Lodge. That's right. There's Graham Edge. Remember his name. It's the drummer. A couple live pics. Poser pic. What's his name again? Oh, Ray Thomas. That's the flute guy and the guy with the deep voice vocal songs. And the amazing Patrick Moraz, who at that point was still playing with them. Played with Yes on the Relayer album. And a couple more there. Poser pick. And a big poser pick. Actually trying to look cool in the back. And it's that one. Next I have... On this tour I actually saw Rush twice. It's the Grace Under Pressure tour. First I saw them in Rochester and in Buffalo. In Rochester, I'm trying to remember who opened. I don't remember which is which, but I know Steve Morse Band opened one and Red Rider opened the other. That was kind of interesting. So I got to hear Lunatic Fringe live. But Steve Morse was... I've seen Steve Morse a couple times. Cover, just like the cover. Radio City Music Hall. Then I'll skip the Neil writing stuff because he's got all that in here. You don't care about that stuff. Video picture. Poser picture. Neil and Geddy. That's from the video. New Wave Alex. Concert pick. You and Alex. Geddy in plaid. My picture. That's Red Barchetta, I think, when they used to put that behind him on the video screen. My picks. Goodbye picks. And the album's up to that point with signals added to it, obviously. And the crank on the back inside the old Eggy Poo. Okay. And this is the other Journey. I actually saw Journey on this tour, the Raised on Radio, in '86. And Glass Tiger opened for them. Which, if you don't remember the song, Don't Forget Me When I'm Gone, was like their one big hit. If you don't know it by name, look it up. Glass Tiger, you'll know it for sure. It was real popular, but it was their only album at the time, so they opened for Journey, obviously. So here, mainly the three of them, and also there'll be pictures of the guys they added to play with them live for touring, since Ross and Steve Smith were out of the band. As you can see, here's the whole touring band. You got Steve, and then we got, what the hell's his name again? I forgot his name. I'll find it later. There's Jonathan. Now, I don't know if you recognize him, but those of you who watch American Idol, there's your Randy Jackson. He is a real musician. He just pretends not to be one on American Idol. And there's Neil. Front of the chopper. Oops. Some more pics over here. Bunch of live ones. They're all small. Hard doing it this way. Okay. Some small ones. Steve Perry page. More Steve Perry. Neil Schon page. More Neil. See, he's got his Schon guitar. Poser pick. And Kane. Or Jonathan Kane. Ah, Mike Baird, that's right. This guy's been on a million albums as a studio drummer. Here's Mike Baird. I forgot his name. So that's who toured with him. And there's your Randy Jackson with the flat top working. And these are all staff pictures, but they're all small. I can show you one of those. Nobody cares. Now this one, they actually showed the first 3 albums. This actually has all of them up to that point, and even has the 2 Sean and Haber albums next to it, and Steve Perry's solo album, including, and Dream After Dream. So this is like complete. This is the complete journey up to that point. And more picks at the end. Randy with his gambling bass. And then the 3 of them on the back. Next one, and it's the last one for my 80s stuff. Chicago from 86 or 87, I don't remember what year it was. And I don't remember who opened for Chicago. I'll have to look that one up too. See if I got the stub. I got a bunch of my ticket stubs. Ain't much to look at, but it's cool because I got a bunch of them. It helps me remember who opened up for them. Hoser pick. Smaller ones. Bill Champlin, who I believe is not in the band anymore. Robert Lamb, one of the few remaining original guys. Keyboard player. Lee Laughlin, original trumpet player. The horn guys are all the same from the original band. Them and Robert Lamb are the only ones that have been there the whole time. Trombone player, Panko, another original. Poser pick, including their live guitar player at the time. He wasn't actually on the albums. Walt Periziter, original saxophone player. Jason Scheff was the guy who replaced Pete Cetera and is still there today. And original drummer Danny Serafin, who is also no longer there. And here's their live guitar player at the time. His name is Dwayne Bailey. Looks like a little kid. Was a really good guitar player though, from what I can remember. Credits, and then all the albums up until that point. And this one's got everything on there, including the best ofs at that point up until this album right here, which is the one they toured on at that point. And then a bowing picture on the back. Alright, the last one I have still, this was actually from, I think, 2006. Wife got me tickets to see Queen and Paul Rodgers. And love Paul Rodgers, love Queen. Never got to see Freddie, so as far as I'm concerned, this is the next best thing. Because Adam Lambert, he's a great singer and all, but he doesn't do anything for me. And Paul Rodgers is Paul Rodgers, so he can sing with anybody and I'll want to see him. So there's the cover. Nice shiny lettering on there. Inside cover. Nice live shots there. Brian and Roger. This is actually one of my nicer ones. Of course it's newer, that's probably why. Here's Roger, Paul Rodgers, and a live shot. Some live pics. Lots of nice pics in this one. Huge picture of Roger Taylor. Crowd pic. Some other small ones. Nice close up of the 3 of them right there. Some more smaller ones. I didn't need to say anything, these are just a whole bunch of live stuff. Roger and Brian May. Touring extra guitar player and bass player. I don't know if it lists their names. Oh, the keyboard player too. Here's the extra guys right here that toured with him on this. I don't remember the names. I do remember though that when I saw Blue Oyster Cult in 2000, the bass player was the guy playing bass with them at the time. More live stuff. Seated picture. And this is just a bunch of written crap. Here's a little record list for Paul Rodgers separately. And it's got a lot of the stuff. It's not in really good order. But it includes the Law, and includes the Firm, and the free albums, and the newer solo albums, and Bad Company. And there's the clean one. It's got pretty much everything, including all the best ofs and all that. And then there's the live album they did together. And credits, and that's it. And there's the back. Okay, now my added bonus thing here is kind of interesting. My brother actually sent me these. These are actual promo shots for the Angel White Hot album that my brother got me. Here's full band. There's the cover. Frank Domino. Greg Giuffria. Felix Robertson, their second bass player, who's on this album. Here's Punky. And Barry Brandt. So those are all actual, they're not copies of pictures, these are actual promo pictures for the White Hot album. And to go along with it, a little promo sheet, see with the Casablanca logo, that went along with them. It's 2 pages. And now this was also with it, which I think is really cool. This is an actual promo folder from Sweet when they were on Bell Records. So that's when Little Willie came out. So this is before Fox on the Run and Ballroom Blitz and all that. This is an actual little promo pack, and there's actually some stuff in here. To start with, we got the actual promo sheet with the Bell letterhead, which is pretty cool. Actually, I have 2 copies of it. I don't know why. They're exactly the same. Now, I've only got 1 picture, but there's a copy of the other one that was with it, so I'll show you the copy first. That's the copy. So there's actually 2 pictures, and then this is an actual picture that was with it. So yeah, cool. Not getting rid of those anytime soon. So anyway, that's a bunch of promo stuff that I've got. Don't have a lot, like I said, but I figured I'd show what I had, and hopefully you guys dig it and found it interesting, and I kept you watching. And I already put another video up, so I'll probably take a break for a week or 2, but I'll be checking out your guys' stuff, and take care, and I'll see you in a few.